This
Me,
conference
I,
will now be recorded.
Yeah.
I work for a product company. I've been in industry from last 15 years. Very diversified project. I've worked with kids from street kids to abandoned kids to kids from underprivileged background. I landed at Deloitte 5 years ago. I moved out of Deloitte in August, and currently I'm working for a product company as a program manager.
Okay. It's good to know about you, Gunjan. Yeah. Thank you. So,
Thank you.
Kishore, can you please introduce yourself? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can see in the chart. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Kishore. I think you are working as a web developer. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead. Okay. First of all, thank you everyone for joining the Signavio cloud demo session conducted by Expertsoft Trainings. Myself, Naren, I'm having more than 10 years of experience, out of which I worked as SAP FI consultant, and later on I worked as a Celonis process mining consultant, and I've been working as a Signavio process mining consultant from the last more than 2 years. I was involved in a couple of digital transformation projects, and being a SAP FI consultant, I was involved in a couple of implementation and support projects. So, coming to my training experience, I have given training on SAP FI. I trained over 200 plus participants, and I've been giving training on Signavio from the last 1 year. I trained over 40 plus participants, around 50. So I'm certified Signavio consultant and certified SAP FI consultant and certified SAP build and certified in Celonis as well. Okay. So coming to the training curriculum, today's agenda is we are going to discuss about what is the training curriculum which we are going to discuss during our training course, and I'll explain you what is the Signavio transformation suite, and I'll give you the overview of Signavio transformation suite, and I'll show you the Signavio tool. I'll demonstrate the Signavio tool, and later on the Q&A session will be enabled. So the course objective is to one should be able to implement the real-time scenarios using Signavio tool, and one should be market ready with strong understanding of the business process and technical expertise. So not only understanding the technical expertise. Understanding the tool, how to write the code and all. During this training, as part of this training, you're going to know how to understand the business process and how to capture the requirements from the client. Okay. So one should be able to you know gather the requirements from the client before implementing the Signavio tool, and which helps you to be certification ready. Okay. Coming to the certification, we have earlier. Yes, Gunjan.
Yeah, so I missed that part. Do you have to be a coder, or a non-coder can also take the Signavio
Non-coder
certification?
can also non-coder can also take this certification and can work on Signavio tool. The reason
Okay,
being, I'm also a functional guy. Okay, so I
okay,
worked on FA. So, but later on, I moved to process mining domain, and being a process mining consultant, it can be Celonis or Signavio. I learned Signavio, how to write the transformation code using Signal, which is similar to SQL. So, I'll teach you step by step how to learn the Signavio, Signal code, and how can we write the code using Signal in the Signavio tool. So it won't, you know, um, you can learn easily. Okay.
okay.
You
Good
might
to
be
know.
from
Thank you.
IT background or non-IT background. You can learn this, no issues. Okay.
That, thanks.
Yeah. So earlier, coming to the Signavio certification, earlier before around 6 months ago, we used to have one certification for the entire Signavio tool, but later on they splitted the certification into two parts. First part is process data analyst. So this process data analyst certification mostly focuses on the process mining part. Okay. How to write the code, and as part of Signavio, we have a couple of solutions introduced as part of Signavio. like process insights, intelligence manager, collaboration hub, governance. I'll explain you in detail in the next slides. But as part of that, process insights and process intelligence are the process mining solutions. Okay, so where we, the core crux of Signavio. Signavio mainly, is being adapted by the clients to mine their processes and to identify the issues and bottlenecks in their business processes. Okay, as part of that, process mining is the solution which can give them the which can mine their processes and create the dashboards to analyze their process performance. So process data analyst is the certification which focuses on this process mining part. It covers process insights, intelligence, and process mining related stuff. When it We have one more certification called business process consultant. Okay, as part of this certification, it mostly focuses on the process manager, where we can document the business processes, okay, end to end. Okay, so where we can maintain all the activities, attributes, and say for example, if they are using some IT system called SAP, if one activity is being executed using SAP system, how that activity is being executed, what are the steps involved in that activity, okay, what is the transaction code being used to execute that activity. So who is responsible for that activity in the organization, which department is responsible. Okay, if they have any detailed documentation available in their SharePoint, we can link the detailed documentation in this process manager for that particular process flow. So the detailed process documentation can be done using this process manager, and they can set up some workflows, approval workflows, okay, and they can manage the task, whatever the activities or tasks involved in the process, using process governance solution in Signavio. So those process manager and process governance related stuff will be focused. The process being business process consultant certification mostly focuses on this area: process manager and governance and collaboration hub. So after completion of our training, you will be able to attempt these both certifications. So during our training, this will be our curriculum. Okay, so I'm going to explain you the process mining, what is process mining, and what is the history of process mining, how it got evolved over the period of time. Okay, so then if I think some of you might be from SAP or not from SAP, I'll explain you in detail what is SAP, and what are the different types of data types available in SAP, how to understand them, how does it help the business. Okay, so how to understand and what type of different data types we have in SAP, and how does it help us in mining the process in Signavio. So I'll explain you in detail. Okay, I'll give you the SAP overview, and we'll discuss about the manufacturing industry related process. In manufacturing business, it consists of multiple processes, right? The manufacturing businesses run on different processes, out of which we'll take one process as a business case study, that is procure to pay. Okay, we'll discuss in detail about this procure to pay process, what are the activities involved in that procure to pay process, and how to understand those activities. Okay, so what are the critical KPIs which can measure the process performance, how to replicate those KPIs in the Signavio tool. We'll discuss in detail here in the procure to pay process. And I'll explain you using process mining tool, how does this process mining tool help the business in terms of value realization. How can the business realize value using process mining tool, by taking an example. And I'm going to explain you the Signavio solutions. Okay, we have process insights. Okay, I'll take you through the process insights tool, where you need not to practice anything, but you need to understand what is process insights tool and what does it offer, and how can that process insights tool help the business. Okay, and we'll jump into the signal code. Okay, signal is the programming code Signavio analytics language, which is similar to SQL. So I'll teach you how each and every syntax, how to understand them, and I'll provide you the web link where you can practice on your own. And then we'll jump into the process intelligence, which is the core crux of Signavio tool, where we mine the business processes by connecting the different source systems to the Signavio, and where we transform the data from raw data into the event log data, which Signavio can understand, the language which Signavio can understand, that is the signal language. Using that, will transform the data, and how to transform that data using signal code, and what are the steps involved while writing the transformation code, what is their process data pipelines, and what is the process data models, and how to execute or how to trigger the ETLs, and how to create the front end investigation dashboards using various widgets. I'll explain you in detail in our training session. And after that, after understanding the business process by connecting the source system and by analyzing the business process, we can visualize their business process in process intelligence, and we can model or we can create a process flow diagram, and we can document the detailed process flow activities in process manager as per BPMN 2.0 standards. BPMN 2.0 is stands for stands for business process model and notation 2.0. And as per BPMN 2.0 notations, okay, which is a globalized or no, which is a globalized language to document the process across the globe. So where by following those notations, we should be able to create the process flow diagram. So what are the core elements available in the BPMN 2.0? Before creating any process flow diagram as per BPMN 2.0 standards, what are the core elements available in BPMN 2.0 and how to create a process flow diagram? I'll explain you in detail what are the gateways available in BPMN 2.0, how to use them, how to understand them. Okay, so how to create a BPMN diagram, all those things will discuss as part of our training course. And we have after creating process model diagram as per BPMN 2.0 standards, Signavio also provides some capabilities in terms of generating some reports, okay, in process manager. So how to leverage the capabilities of process manager, and how to use the collaboration hub in the real-time scenario, I'll explain you in detail in our training session. Okay, so this is our training curriculum. Coming to the Signavio background of Signavio. Signavio was founded in 2009, based out of Berlin. Earlier, in the very initial days of Signavio, it was a business process management software. So it was like it just used to document the process or create a process flow diagram. That's it. Whereas later on, Signavio was acquired by SAP in 2021 and became SAP Signavio. Before that, before 2021, it was an individual entity which used to offer BPM capabilities, business process management capabilities. Okay, later on, the Signavio was acquired by SAP as part of their digital transformation projects. So SAP started migrating. Started migrating their database from ECC to S4. As part of that, to make the transformation journey successful and smoother for their clients, they thought to introduce this Signavio tool as part of their digital transformation journey. So, as part of that mission, SAP acquired Signavio in 2021. So, as part of this digital transformation project, SAP started enhancing Signavio by putting a lot of efforts and investing a lot of amount on R&D to understand the business challenges faced by the clients in the in the transformation journeys, and then shaped into the SAP Signavio transformation suite. So, as part of SAP Signavio transformation suite, they introduced a few solutions. Those are process insights, process intelligence, process manager, journey modeler, process governance. Let us discuss about these solutions which are offered by SAP Signavio. This is the Signavio transformation suite. Okay, as I mentioned, as part of this Signavio transformation suite. Okay, So we have collaboration hub. Once we log into the Signavio, we'll be landed into the collaboration hub. Okay, so let's discuss about this process insights first. Okay, process insights is a process mining solution. Okay, and it is a separate URL altogether. It is not part of this collaboration hub. As part of collaboration hub, we can navigate the process intelligence. We can access process intelligence, process manager, journey modeler, process governance, all these solutions, no, but not the process insights. Okay, so process insights is a separate URL. The client needs to procure the license for process insights separately, and using process insights, we can connect only SAP systems to process insights, and process insights tool automatically extracts the data and calculates the performance indicators which measures the process performance, and it provides the data or in detail analysis related to 7 end-to-end processes only. Those are procure to pay, order to cash, plan to fulfill, acquire to decommission, governance, finance, idea to market. These are only the 7 end-to-end processes which Process Insights can give us. We should use the Process Insights tool as it is. We cannot customize anything. We cannot, if you want to mine some hire to retire process to understand your hiring issues, okay, so you cannot do that. We cannot mine that extra process. Okay, or if you want to customize any performance indicators, okay, so other than the tool provides, we cannot customize any process performance indicators. Whatever the tool provides, we can use those tools, those performance indicators itself, those processes itself. We cannot customize anything. To overcome these limitations, we have process intelligence here. We can connect to any system. Say for example, in a process, okay, say for example, let's take an example called procure to pay. Okay, in procure to pay process, we have a couple of activities involved. Okay, one is purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, invoice receipt, invoice creation and payment. So just like procurement process I'm talking about, when we place an order to the supplier, sorry, yeah, when we place an order to the supplier, what are the issues we face in general while dealing with the procurement process. Okay, so is there any issue with the supplier deliveries? Is there any issues with the creating the invoice in your SAP system, or is there any issues with your payments system, payments process? So to identify those issues in the process, we mine the procure to pay process. Out of which, if the client is connecting their source system to get that say for example, we have purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt. Purchase order might be created in SAP. Goods receipt might be posted in some other system. Invoices might be posted in some other system. So using Process Insights, we cannot connect all the systems at a single place, right? We cannot visualize the entire process in a single dashboard. So to overcome this issue, we can connect any system in process intelligence, and we can visualize the end-to-end process together. Okay, and how the process is flowing, how many number of activities are involved. So those can be visualized by connecting different source systems at a single place. Okay, so we can get the as is process, how their process is happening currently. Okay, how the activities are being executed currently can be visualized using process intelligence. Okay, we can mine any process whatever we want. If you want to mine high to retail, you can do that. If you want to mine issue to resolution, you can mine that process as well. If you want to mine some insurance related process, banking related process, so to identify the issues, basically process mining is a solution to understand or to identify the business process and to identify the bottlenecks in the process, which helps the business to overcome their issues. Okay, so for example, in the insurance companies, for example, from paying the premium to till the claiming process, if the clients are suffering with the support from the insurance companies, where it is lacking, Okay. To improve those areas by the organization, insurance company, they'll mind their process and they'll identify their process, how it is happening currently and how can we improve this process. Okay. So to overcome these issues, to identify the bottlenecks in the process, the Signavio tool helps the client to understand their issues in their process. As part of that, process intelligence is the powerful tool which helps the business to connect to any systems, okay, and to identify or to customize the processes and the performance indicators in the processes, which helps the business to perform the root cause analysis. Okay. After that, whatever the process you identify using process intelligence, that can be documented in process manager. Okay, by creating a process flow diagram, you can document, okay, how how many number of activities are involved in your process and how those activities are being executed in your process can be documented using process manager. Okay. And coming to the journey modeler, you can create a journey model diagram, okay, for your stakeholders such as suppliers, customers, employees. These are your stakeholders. Say for example, let us take an example of customer journey. Okay. How your customer journey looks like in your organization. Okay. How you are getting the leads, out of getting after getting leads, how you are executing the conversion of lead into the sales. After converting into sales, how you are providing the how you are delivering your products to the customer. Are there any issues among all these activities? Okay. In terms of deliveries, in terms of providing any service from your end to the customer, is there any issue happening, okay, from your end in terms of providing the quality product or delivering providing some services to the client. So to understand all these issues in your customer journey, the journey modeler will help you to model your customer journey map and map the activities and identify the touch points in your customer journey map. So coming to the process governance helps to manage your compliances, internal and external compliances. Okay. So every organization has their own compliance rules, right? So just give me a second. So process no every organization has their own compliance rules, right? When it comes to banking, so they have a lot of compliances in from the government or RBI or any regulatory acts. So while posting any transaction into their source system, one needs to follow those rules and regulations prescribed internally as well as external bodies such as our government bodies or professional bodies. So the process governance helps the business or the helps the organizations to manage those tasks and to imply those compliances, whether the users are following those compliance rules and regulations or not. To to assess all those things, process governance helps the business. Okay. So if there are any approval workflows in the business process, the process governance and the automation, okay, they can automate their approval workflows to some extent. Say for example, if any invoice to be approved by their senior manager, so we can automate these repetitive tasks to some extent, and whatever the task which cannot be automated using process governance can be automated using other RPA tools, robotic process automation tools, and those can be integrated with Signavio to monitor how the tasks are being executed. I mean, in terms of approvals, automated approvals, how those are performing. Is there any issue with this? So those can be done using Signavio transformation. So this is the complete transformation solution which help the business to identify their business process and understand their bottlenecks in the process, and sorry, and helps the business to document their business process and um, create a process flow diagram to understand their map and to manage their tasks and to provide the solution to the issues in the process. So this is the complete transformation suite is being offered by Signavio. Okay, so coming to the collaboration hub is the place where every stakeholder of the business process can come come to one place and can collaborate to each other to streamline their business processes. Okay, by providing their thoughts at one place. Okay, someone might be, some resource might be at some place, some resource might be at some other place. So everyone can come to one place and can comment on the business process and can provide their thoughts to streamline their business processes. So I'll explain you in our training session how these tools are helpful for the business. Okay, let us go to the go to the tool. I'll give you the tool demo. Before going to the tool demo, uh, let us try to understand the benefits of process mining or Signavio. So using Signavio, organizations can visualize their end-to-end business processes and understand their business processes, how those business processes are being executed currently, and at a very granular level or at an user level, how their business processes are being executed, and which helps them to identify the issues and which helps them to adapt the improvement solutions. Okay, which can reduce the cost and which can speed up and streamline their business processes, and which can improve the customer satisfaction, and which can um help the business for continuous process improvements, and which can improve the compliance by detecting non-compliant processes or frauds. Say for example, by mining their process using Signavio, they say for example they have identified that they are not able to receive the goods from the supplier on time. Okay, there is some issue with the on-time deliveries from the supplier. So what will happen generally? Due to these late deliveries, the production will be delayed. If we receive the goods late, the production process will also be delayed, right? So if the production is delayed, the production downtime increases, and the machinery idle time increases, and labor idle time increases, which which will increase the cost of the material, right? So which will automatically or which will lead to the customer dissatisfaction, because we'll deliver the goods late to the customer, which impacts the organization's revenue directly. So just because of one issue, it is impacting the entire business processes. Not only procure to pay, it is impacting your production process, it is impacting your sales process. So to identify such kind of issues, the Signavio tool helps the business to understand their process and to identify the issues or bottlenecks in the process. And thereby, business can take the improvement solutions to overcome these issues. So before going to the Signavio tool, do you have any doubts so far? Silence means acceptance. Everything is okay.
One one quick question, sorry.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah, so when we talk about compliance and all, is it company specific, country specific, region specific? Do we have to take trainings of those compliance as well, like
Uh, it can
audit
be anything.
and okay,
Yeah, it can be anything. If if there are a lot of compliances internally within the organization, or externally by which are prescribed by the external bodies such as
mm, Government of India
RBI,
or Government of,
some
yeah,
government
ministry,
bodies or professional bodies. So it
right?
can be any compliances. We can define those and we can monitor whether the users are following those compliances or not.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
done. Thanks.
I think. Yeah, I think Kishore Paint. Is it technical or functional? Okay, so let me give you any coding involved. One more thing he asked. Okay, so yes, coding is involved. We have Signal here. Signal stands for Signavio Analytics Language, which is similar to SQL. teach you how to understand that signal language. Okay, so what are the syntaxes to be learned? So I'll not go into deeper because it will mess up everything. So I'll explain you the syntaxes which are required for us. Okay, and I'll provide you the documentation in future. If you have any queries related to the syntaxes, you can go through that. But before going to learn the syntaxes, first we need to understand how it works and all, right? I'll teach you step by step how to understand those syntaxes, and I'll give you the web platform where you can practice yourselves. Okay, so which helps you to get hands-on experience on the coding. So it is not that much complex as you feel. Okay, you need not to worry about that coding. Is it technical or functional? So this is not like technical or functional. The thing is, moreover, the Signavio tool helps the businesses, to understand the to understand the business processes and to connect their source systems. And we need to capture their data from their source system to our Signavio, and we need to create a dashboard where one can where one can understand their process performance and analyze their process performance, how the process is performing and where we need to improve. So it's moreover the management kind of management tool, where the management can take the decision to improve their business process. Okay, it involves both functional and technical, but as part of Signavio project, we not alone do not involve in the project. So it involves lot of resources. Okay, we need respect to source systems. So if they are using SAP, we need SAP consultants help to understand their business process and to understand their table structures, how their data is storing. Okay, and we will be there to write the transformation code. Okay, to transform the data and to create the dashboards. Okay, there are GPOs or business process owners and respective tool expertise, and we will be there to mine their processes. So it does not only involve the Signavio consultants who should work on all this stuff alone. Okay, it involves couple of resources. Okay, so where we need to get the entire business process structure at a single place. Okay, hope it answers your question. Does it answer your question, Kishore?
Naren, one more thing actually. So, am I audible?
Your voice is not clear. I think we are getting some disturbance. Yes, sure.
Yeah, Naren. So, as you mentioned earlier, like there is SQL requirement and what is the signal requirement is there. So, you told like signal requirements, you will give a pre-text course or something, text course or something else. So, is there any requirement to learn SQL as well? Right?
I'll teach you.
Basically, I'm a chartered accountant. So, in my case, actually, I'm not a technical background, right? So,
Yes.
I didn't
Yes.
understand that coding or other thing else. So, is it suitable for me? Like, I thought it was a functional consultant and it's a management. It comes under a management program, like improvement of process improvement, all these things. So, does it suitable for me? Like, what do you think of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely suitable. Let me tell you,
And
I'm
currently,
a
I'm
become.
working on SAP and Oracle as an end user. So, I'm just giving
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah. That is more than enough. I think the reason being, I'm a become graduate. You're you're a CA, CMA. Okay, you're even more higher than me in terms of qualification. So it
No, no,
it
I think
no
qualification doesn't matter when you're using
no
technology,
no
right?
no no no. My point here is that nothing much no technicalities here. I'll teach you step by step. Okay, so in terms of understanding the SQL as well, what are the syntaxes available and how I'll guide you to understand those syntaxes and how to write those syntaxes and all. So after understanding the signal itself, we will go into the process intelligence. Until that point of time, we will not go into the process intelligence.
Yeah, and
Okay,
also
I
and
think.
I gone through like your pamphlet actually previously what you have shared. I think your staff has shared with me. So in that course schedule, like there is no SQL session or there is anything. So
Yeah,
we could
signal
cover.
is
We are
nothing.
going to cover those things as well.
Yes, yes, okay, let me show you,
Okay.
Rajesh. Sorry. Yeah, here you can see signal code. Signal stands for Signavio Analytics Language, which is similar to SQL. Okay, so I'll teach you the basics of signal code, and I'll teach you how to create the queries using signal code. So this is the curriculum here. Okay, so not SQL I'm going to learn, but I'll teach you what are the syntaxes available, and I'll guide you how to learn those signal syntaxes. Hope it's clear now.
Yeah, little bit much better. Even languages, yes.
Yeah, so you need not to worry about the technical part. I'll teach you those signal part and all. So how to understand those syntaxes and all. Okay, okay, fine.
Go on.
Yeah, so fine. I'll demonstrate the Signavio tool now. Please bear with me for some time. Hope you can see my screen. Once we log into the Signavio tool, we'll land into this page. Okay, this is the collaboration hub page. Okay, so once we land into this collaboration hub page, from here we can navigate to other solutions of Signavio, such as process intelligence, process manager, and all. Okay, so let me show you what is process intelligence and how does it look like. Okay, so this is the front end investigation dashboard. Okay, where we can visualize the processes, and where we can visualize the dashboard process flow, and the dashboard where we can have the KPIs, different KPIs and all. So let me show you how it looks like. Once we mine the process, we'll be able to visualize the process like this. Okay, so like this, how the process flow, how many number of activities are involved in the process, how those are executing, which activity is coming first, which activity is coming later. Okay, which activities, how many number of cases are there or transactions are there for each and every activity. The process flow can be visualized like this, and we can visualize the KPIs like this: how many number of purchase orders are there, what is the value of those purchase orders, how many number of invoices are there, out of which what is the average cycle time to complete the entire process, and what is the automation rate for this process. Okay, how many number of activities are automated, how many number of activities are being executed manually. So what is the on time delivery rate. So like this, is there any late payment rate. So we can visualize the KPIs, whatever we want to visualize, we can visualize using the dashboard. Okay, where we can create various KPIs. Okay, so by going through these KPIs, we can understand, say for example, we have late deliveries. Okay, we have 24% of late deliveries. If you want to understand for which suppliers these late deliveries are high, you can visualize like this: vendor by volume and late delivery rate. Top 10 vendors who are supplying the goods late. Okay, the first supplier is Arco. So they are having highest number of deliveries. Okay, so we can go to that supplier and negotiate with them that, hey, you're not able to deliver the goods on time. Why you're not delivering, why you're not able to deliver the goods on time? Is there any issue with your internal process, or from the next order onwards, will you be able to deliver the goods on time or not? If not, let's go to the other vendor. Okay, so like this, we can drill down our analysis into the very granular level and understand where the issue is happening exactly, to understand, to identify the exact pain point area. Okay, so to visualize this, to create this dashboard and to visualize these values or KPIs in the front end, first we need to connect our source system to Signavio, right? Then only we'll be able to establish the connection with the respect to source system, and we will be able to extract the data from respect to source system. It can be SAP or Oracle or any other system where they are recording their transactions. We should connect those source systems to our Signavio, and we should extract the data into our source system and um, start writing the transformation code. Okay, so before going that, so these are some available connectors available in Signavio process intelligence to which we can directly connect. Okay, we have connector for SAP system and success factors, ServiceNow, Zira software, and we have connector for AWS Athena, Google BigQuery, Snowflake, Azure Data Lake, SAP DataSphere. When it comes to databases, we are having connectors for SAP HANA, SQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. So these are the available connectors. For those not available, the connectors are not available, we can connect using this ingestion API. Say for example, if you see here, we don't have any connector for Oracle DB. Okay, so that means we cannot connect. Yes, Sham, you raised your hand, right? No. Okay, fine. So I think it's
Shanti, our no, 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 no. Yeah.
yeah, fine. Thank you. So, uh, so for those connectors, okay, which are not available here, say for example, Oracle, if you want to connect with the Oracle database, because client is recording their transactions in their Oracle database. So if you want to connect your Signavio system to the Oracle database, you can be able to do that using this API, ingestion API, and using this we can connect with the external API, and where the external API is nothing but the middleware where the Oracle DB and Signavio interacts with, and using that API we can start extracting the data into our Signavio database. Like this, we can be able to connect with any source system. Okay, whether the connectors are available or not, we can set up an external API and we can start connecting with the respective source system. After establishing the connection here, we can extract the data from respect to source system to our Signavio database here. Okay, we can start extracting the data from our Signavio respective source system to our Signavio database. Now if you see here, after extracting the data, you can monitor whether the data extraction is successful or not in the logs. Okay, if the data extraction is successful, then we can use this raw data which we have extracted into our Signavio database using the process data pipeline. Process data pipeline is the place where we can where we can write the transformation code to transform the raw data into event log data. Since Signavio does not identify the raw data directly, it only identifies the event log data. So to transform that raw data into event log data, we need to write this transformation code. Okay, so first we need to define the activities or events in the process, what can be happened in the process. Say for example, in a procure to pay process, what we are talking about. See, there might be purchase requisitions might be there, purchase orders might be there, goods receipts might be there, invoices might be there. So how the purchase requisition creation happen in the source system, and how we can understand or how we can identify the respective event in the source system. So to do that, using the transformation code called signal code, we can transform this raw data into event log data by writing this transformation code. Okay. After writing this transformation code, by triggering this ETL or TNL, then we'll be able to visualize the dashboard, whatever I've shown you just now. So by triggering this TNL, we can be able to visualize the process like this, whatever I've shown you. Okay, so these are interlinked. So to visualize this process, we need to first connect with the respective source system, and we need to extract the data, and we need to transform the raw data into event log data. Then only we'll be able to visualize this process in the front end. how to connect the source system and how to extract the data, what are the different options available while extracting the data, and how to write the transformation code using signal code. I'll explain you in detail in our training session. Shan, any doubts? Okay, fine. So this is all about the process intelligence. Any doubts so far? No? Fine. So we have one more solution called process manager as part of Signavio. Okay. So if you see here, as part of Signavio process manager, we can document our process. As I mentioned, how to document that process. Let me show you by taking an example. So like this, we can create a process flow diagram, okay, by mentioning how many number of activities are involved in the process and how those activities are being executed. And for each and every activity, we can mention who is responsible for this activity and who is consulted for this activity, who is informed for this activity. Is there any risks for this activity? Okay, for those risks, is there any controlling measures which can prevent the risks? Okay, so those can also be documented here, and you can maintain which IT system is being used to execute this transaction. So those can also be documented here, and you can also mention, or you can also give the link to the SharePoint where you can find the detailed documentation about this activity. So you can also maintain how much cost it occurs, okay, how much cost it takes to execute this particular activity, and how much time it does it take to execute a particular activity. So those can also be maintained here, which helps the business to generate the different reports. Okay, say for example, we have here we can generate the process documentation, governance report, process cost analysis. By maintaining this cost here, this will give us the detailed report where you can find what are the no, how much cost it takes or it consumes for each and every activity, and which leads to how much, what is the total cost to execute the entire process. Those reports can be executed here, okay, in the process manager. You can also generate the RASI metrics, like who is responsible for which activity, who is accountable for which activity, and which department is responsible, and all can be reported, or can create the report in detail report here. So I'll explain you in detail how to create this process flow diagram as per BPMN 2.0 standards, and how to maintain the detailed documentation as per BPMN 2.0 standards here. After creating the process flow diagram as per BPMN 2.0 standards, how to generate the reports and using the process manager and all, I'll explain you in detail. Okay, so this is all about the Signavio tool. Okay, so any doubts so far? No? Okay, fine. So basically, the Signavio tool is being used for two purposes. Okay, one is for digital transformation journey, and another is for continuous process improvements. Okay, so as part of digital transformation journey, it helps the business to understand or to identify their processes in the current system, and to identify the activities in the current system, and to finalize the activities, and to map those activities with the to be state of process in the to be system. Okay, so for example, if they are migrating from ECC to S4, it helps the business to identify their process and activities in the ECC system, and which helps the business to make their transformation journey smoothful by creating a to be state of process which they want to visualize in the S4 process. And based on that, the business can take the actions to improve their processes in S4. By doing that, they can overcome those issues which they are facing in the current system like ECC. Okay, so that is why the Signavio tool is being used in the digital transformation journey to identify the current state of process. And second way of usage is continuous process improvements. Okay, so as part of this continuous process improvements, after migrating to one system, if they want to settle down in that system, uh, if they want to monitor their process or business, how their business process is performing, is there any issues over the period of time? If they find any issues in the process mining tool, it helps them to identify where they are having the exact pain point area, and which helps them to take the improvement solutions, and which leads to the streamlined processes ultimately. Okay, so this is the usage of Signavio tool. And scope for Signavio is there is a lot of potential for Signavio tool to be adapted. The reason being, we have total 35,000 customers for SAP, out of which only 5,000 customers have fully migrated to S4 HANA from ECC, and newly 20,000 customers have been added to SAP. They are also they also want to migrate from their existing system to S4 HANA. So that is why there are a lot of migration projects are going to come. So that is the reason there currently there are 3,000 customers are only using Signavio. So that is why there are a lot of potential for Signavio tool. Okay, as part of the transformation journeys. So anyone can learn Signavio, if they are from IT background or non-IT background, if they are graduated or post-graduated, they can learn Signavio to have the rewarding career. So it helps them in their career to get more salary or to get more rewarding career. Okay. So these are some job profiles for Signavio in the market, such as a solution architect, consultant, analyst. So we can get such kind of job profiles in the market. So coming to the Signavio customer portfolio, if you can see, there are different types of customers. Customers from pharma industry, customers from banking industry, customers from agro-based industry, customers from oil and gas industry. So we have customers from a wide range of industries here. So everyone or anyone can adopt the Signavio solutions to identify their processes and to mine their processes, to identify the bottlenecks and issues in their processes, and which help them to improve their business process over the period of time. So yeah, that's all from my end. Any questions so far? No.
Naren, thanks. Sorry, it takes some time. Uh, just a quick question. Will we get how about the study material? And accessing the study material, downloading the study material, will it be lifelong access? Can we go and practice or look up for help? How does that work?
Yeah, coming to the study material, I'll provide you the PPT or the documentation for whatever we are going to discuss in our training session. Coming to your practice, we have a 1 month free trial. I'll provide you that 1 month free trial. After that, again, you need to renew with the new email ID. Okay, I'll renew it and I'll give it to you.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
yeah.
Thanks.
So, and also I'll share some links from Signavio as well, where you can go through the detailed documentation of Signavio. Okay, so no,
Done.
you need not to
Done.
worry about the documentation.
Done. Thank you.
Okay, so if you still have any doubts, please let Navin know, so that we'll align accordingly regarding Signavio. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Okay, have a nice day, have a nice weekend. Bye.
Thank you.